Hi everyone, it's Mags. Thanks for joining me today for a Chaturanga do's and don'ts video. So the art of Chaturanga, covered in this short video, may help you improve your technique and gain deeper and wider body awareness of what's happening in the pose. So when you're ready, come join me on the mat and let's begin. So Chaturanga Dandasana is a part of any vinyasa flow, and of course there are different modifications which can make the pose accessible, but today we're going to try to get the hang of what's happening in the full expression of the pose, where you need to use a whole body to support yourself in the position. If you feel like you've got tight shoulders or you need to warm them up separately, then hit a pause and do that now, otherwise we're going to get straight into it. So we're going to start in the tabletop position. Keep your fingers spread wide, shoulders are stacked over the wrists, hips more or less over the knees, and press them through the fingertips, through the knuckles of the hand and the heels of your hands. So stay here for a moment, connecting to the ground, so feeling your body, noticing what's happening in the shoulders when you press down. Begin to engage your core, so gently tuck your tailbone under, and let's stay here for 5 breaths. So inhale and exhale, in, out, in, out. Keep the belly squeezed in, inhale and exhale. So one more time, inhale and exhale. So now pushing down more strongly into the ground, protract your shoulders, so gentle roundness through the upper back, keep the belly squeezed in, and observe what you feel now. So how does it feel in your hands, in your elbows, your shoulders? Squeeze the muscles in your armpits and hold it here. Calm and steady breathing. One more round of breath here. And now for this version of Chaturanga, we're going to stay with the knees down, but keep the engagement, so protract the shoulders, squeeze your belly, tuck your tailbone under, and shift your weight forward, so the shoulders are beyond your wrists now. And then, hugging the elbows into the sides of your body, you begin to slowly lower yourself down until the shoulders are in line with your elbows. Keep the belly squeezed in, tuck your tailbone to keep the lower back long. Hold it, squeeze, and inhale, push yourself back up. Release your hands and shake the wrists out. So, how did it feel? Was it easy? Was it challenging? Just be honest with yourself. To give your wrists a little break, and then let's do that again. So starting in the tabletop position, we're going to lower down and lift up a couple of times just to feel what's happening in the shoulders and engage all of the muscles in the body to support the act of lowering down. So roll your elbows under. So you want the elbow creases to face forward. Press them through the fingertips. Protract the shoulders. Squeeze your belly. Inhale. And as you exhale, shift forward and begin to lower yourself down. So have the awareness of the body, what's happening. Squeeze the elbows in. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, shift forward and down. Check the shoulders are in line with the elbows. Inhale, back up. So exhale, shift forward and down, then hold it here. Inhale, come back up. So rest for a moment, shake your wrists out. How do you feel? So take as much time between you attempt any of the here as you need, or you can just go ahead and move into the Chaturanga from plank. Just remember that yoga isn't about the goal of the pose, but it's about the awareness of the pose and what's happening in the body. So with this in mind, let's move on. So if you found this in any way challenging, then stay and repeat that, building strength in the shoulder girdle, as well as widening your awareness of the body and the pose. However, if you feel like you would like to try something perhaps a bit more challenging, or you want to check what your alignment's like, so come up into plank, push the mat away, protract the shoulders, squeeze the legs together, squeeze your belly. So keep drawing the navel closer to the spine and hold it here. So use your entire body to lift yourself up rather than just your shoulders. And then take an inhale. And as you exhale, shift yourself forward. So come onto your tippy toes. Shoulders are past your wrists. And then hugging the elbows in, you begin to drop down, checking that the shoulders are in line with the elbows. Hold it, squeeze your belly, and then lower down. So push back up into tabletop, sit on your heels, and give your wrists a little break. So how was that? The key is to move slowly so that you build the awareness of the pose and everything that's happening. Because the faster you move, obviously the less you're able to register in terms of what's happening in the movement. So let's do it again. Fingers spread wide. Step back into plank. Protract the shoulders. Squeeze your belly and the legs. So full body awareness, activation. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, shift forward and begin to drop down. Shoulders in line with the elbows. Squeeze the elbows in. Squeeze the legs together. And drop down all the way. Inhale, come back up. And rest. Shake your wrists out. Breathe deeply and slowly. All is good. Let's do it again. Fingers spread wide. Step back into plank. And pick one thing that you're slacking most in and try to better it. So I often forget, or I used to forget, to roll the elbows in. So I'm going to focus on that now. So take an inhale. And as you exhale, shift forward. Hug the elbows in. Drop down. Halfway. And go all the way down. Inhale, push back up. Relax your wrists. Relax your shoulders. So how was it? And be honest with yourself. There's no need to punish yourself if you haven't done as well as you would like to. Yoga really is a lifelong journey, and in terms of building strength, we tend to have really tight and weak shoulders. So it's always better to spend more time refining all the tiny details in the pose. So perhaps doing it on the knees to support the strength building of the shoulders and, deepening your awareness. Because quite often, instead of doing the pose properly, it's really focusing on what's happening. So even if you do it on the knees, then just drop down the shoulders all the way to the mat, or sag your lower back. And actually, instead of letting the ego lead your practice, so if you're not ready to do the full Chaturanga and hold yourself and be okay with it, then start here by really focus on each of the elements. So hug the elbows in, feel what's happening in the shoulders, check that they're in line with the elbows, and then keep trying. That's the key. So to start progressing into Chaturanga for full plank, and do it once, like up to 5 times. After that, strength that you build. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.